Hi, Albert here with Mainland Cycle Center. Today I want to show you the brand new 2018 Kawasaki Z900 RS. Very excited to get one of these in. Been really looking forward to this. We got this one in earlier today. Came in off of the truck from Kawasaki, and I made them stop the presses, get this thing put together so we could check it out. Very, very cool bike. Really dig it. Love the styling. I love the way that it rides. Haven't ridden it a whole lot, just a little bit up and down the street here, but so far, first impression, really digging it. So Z900 RS, very reminiscent of the 73 Kawasaki Z900. Just screams that. There's even going to be the other color option for this is the orange and brown that is very similar to the original 73 model with the orange and brown on it. And so I'm really excited to get one of those in as well. Also, Kawasaki is going to have some pretty cool accessories to even make this thing a little more retro looking. If you're a fan of the early KZs, you know that they had a chrome rail that went around the seat here, and that's going to be an accessory to add. Also, there was a chrome grab handle over here for putting the bike on the center stand. Of course, this bike doesn't have a center stand, but you can add that little chrome handle, as well as they're going to have some badges that look, I guess, a lot like this, the black with the white inlay, that you can replace these badges with a little more of a retro looking badge. So I think those should probably be pretty popular. So 900cc, very similar to the motor that's in the regular Z900 that we sell. Lower compression ratios, different cam profiles. Also, I think they said it was about a 12% heavier flywheel on these. So, but the bike really feels good. You can feel, just even a little bit I rode, you could feel that heavier flywheel in the bike. It really felt like the bike had some really nice torque. Once you got it going, it really felt like it was pulling really good, and so very kind of gave the bike a little bit of a vintage feel. I dig it. I love the headers on this. Beautiful headers on this bike. Really just can't imagine taking those headers off to put anything else on. It's a four headers, of course. It goes into a collector, but then it comes out into a megaphone. So I guess we can't really call it a 4-into-1, but it certainly has the look of the 4-into-1. Of course, the original 73 KZ900 had it was a 4-into-4, so 4 head pipes into 4 mufflers. And but what a lot of people would do with those is immediately take them off and install, say, a Kirker 4-into-1 or something like that. And so anyway, they kind of went the same route that someone who was looking for the maximum performance would have gone back in 73. I love the look of this rear tail. Again, very reminiscent of the early bike. LED rear tail light on here, also has an LED headlight. Now, some of the early pictures that we'd seen online in anticipation of this bike showed what looked like LED turn signals. Looks like we looks like we did not get those LED turn signals here in the US for whatever reason. I don't know if they're getting them overseas in Europe or not, but has regular incandescent bulbs in there. But they're nice looking, clear lenses, that kind of thing. Inverted front fork while we're up here, fully adjustable, so you can adjust your spring preload and your compression rebound dampening on the front forks. I believe a 43mm fork tube on these. Looks great. Definitely much better suspension than a 73 KZ900 ever had. Of course, dual disc brakes on the front, 4-piston radially mounted calipers, and these are monoblock calipers. So these calipers are made from a single piece of aluminum. I mean, they're not 2 halves machined and then bolted together. And a lot of the 4-piston calipers on the market are just that. They're 2 pieces that are bolted together. So pretty cool. Got the monoblock calipers on there. And then we look at the front brake rotor. You can see that this is a two-piece rotor. So you've got the steel outer here, and then the aluminum. This black piece is aluminum, and there's a little rivet here, so it's a semi-floating rotor. But then you'll also notice that Kawasaki didn't do the pedal-style rotors on these. It is just a regular round brake rotor, and I think they did that really for the retro styling. Of course, there's plenty of holes. The holes drilled in here are really not about weight as much as they are dissipating heat. Just allows more surface area for dissipating heat, just like if it had the pedals cut in it. Of course, you can see your radiator there, liquid cooled. Of course, the original bike was never liquid cooled. You can see your spin-on oil filter there. Steel trellis frame. Has an aluminum swing arm. Cast aluminum there on the end, the extruded piece. I really dig the look of this swing arm. It's a high gloss black, which is nice instead of just a flat black or a gray or something. And then the little angles that are cut on it there on each side. I don't know, a little more interesting to look at. And there, the side covers, they did a really great job of making those very reminiscent of the early bike. Let's take a look at the handlebar controls from this side. So this is your clutch lever, and it's adjustable, so you can adjust the reach from the grip to the lever. Same thing on the brake side, an adjustable brake lever there with a radial pump master cylinder from Nissan. Smoked reservoir, really looks nice. Of course, these gauges, very reminiscent of the early Z900s. And then even from this side, they did a lot. If you're familiar with the early KZ 900s, 1000s and stuff, you can really see normally what they had on those bikes is two gauges, and then they had some lights, a bank of lights here, so neutral, high beam, oil pressure, that kind of thing, lights through here. And but now you've got a nice LCD display right there with a fuel gauge, coolant temperature, gear position indicator, tells you your traction control mode. You've got a red warning light here, and then it will pop up a symbol as to why the light is on. So in this case, the bike's not running, the bike doesn't have oil pressure, so the oil pressure light is on right now. There's your odometer, clock, all that good stuff. But really great looking gauges there. Handlebar controls. Let's see if we can adjust this camera a little bit. A little too much. All right. So hazard lights there, so you can flash all four turn signals. You can see your turn signal indicators there. Nice, crisp little green arrows. Horn button, high beam and low beam. And then to toggle some of the information on the dash. And there. And then to select your traction control modes there. And let's see, then on the throttle side, just a start button, a stop button, and your throttle. There, locking gas cap. Beautiful paint on this bike. Kawasaki really does a great job on their paint. Fit and finish is very high on a Kawasaki. One of the things that you'll notice, it has a helmet lock. So that's kind of become a thing of the past. We don't see helmet locks too much anymore. I love that Kawasaki went in the parts bin and found one to put on this retro bike. Really looks great, nice and easy there. There's also a 12-volt power outlet underneath the seat. So that's pretty cool, a 12-volt power outlet socket underneath the seat, as well as a toolkit on the bottom of the seat. Of course, these wheels, 17-inch wheels, radial tires. Of course, Kawasaki tried to make those wheels, those cast aluminum wheels, really reminiscent of a spoke wheel. They tried not to make the spokes real heavy or anything like that, and I think they did a great job with that. Let's take a look at the seat. So I really like the seat on this bike. I'm a 30-inch inseam. The bike's a little tall for me. I tiptoe on it. I did see that Kawasaki is going to have an ergo fit low seat option available for this, and so it'll be interesting to see how that works. But this one has this embossing on it. This pattern here is embossed. See if we can zoom in on that. And then you've got this really nice stitching right here that goes all the way around the rear portion of the seat, and that stitching is really a nice rich look. 4.5 gallon gas tank. I believe curb weight on this bike right about 470 some odd pounds, and on this bike with a full tank of fuel and everything. Let's go ahead and crank her up for you. Get to the good stuff, right? LED headlight, really looks great. It'll turn on a couple of LEDs low in the headlight for the high beam. I don't know if I can capture that for you or not. I'm going to try. Low beam and high beam there. There's a nice sound to it. Of course, it's not loud. None of the stock exhaust is loud nowadays, but has a nice sound to it. And it's just a beautiful exhaust system. Let's see, what else can we tell you about the Z900? $10,999 for this model, a little more for the orange and brown, kind of orange and root beer color on that one. And hopefully we'll get one of those in soon. I'll do another video on that one. But so far, really digging it. The Z900 RS, had a lot of interest in these. So hopefully this will be a great seller. We'll see lots of them out on the road. And anyway, just more fun stuff from Kawasaki. All right. We are Mainland Cycle Center. We're located in Marque, Texas. We're about 30 minutes south of downtown Houston, just off of I-45. You can find us online at mainlandcyclecenter.com or by phone at 409-948-4969. And we would just love it if you'd give us a call, shoot us an email, or even better, get on down here to Mainland Cycle Center, where we'd love to help you just any way that we can. Hey, thanks for watching.